Good afternoon, friends. Today, we have a very interesting and important topic to discuss: global warming. I have a very strong panel. We have Miss Priyadarshini, we have Mukesh Navani, we have Mr. Govind Gohil, and we also have Mr. Shiv Atal. So, I would request Mr. Govind to initiate the discussion.
Yes, sir. Thanks. This word global warming, when we talk what it is basically Earth is a planet, a globe. And over the years, past 100 years, there are 11 hottest years. The temperature of the crust is increasing day by day. For example, सर ने देखा होगा मुंबई का टेम्परेचर 30 years or 40 years back where was not crossing even 30. Now sometimes it has crossed 38 also, and 35 is almost normal. So over the year the temperature goes on rising in the earth, which creates imbalance on the basic balance of the nature, and that imbalance affects human life. Plant life, it affects plant life, animal life, or living beings it affects a lot. So that's what basically, in short,
that is the global warming, and that is the bad effect of global warming. Yes,
global warming, you can say it is the temperature of Earth, and it is atmosphere which increase more carbon dioxide, that affecting all rising sea level and thermal expansion. For that, our climate is changed. Not only it gives bad planet, and it is bad also for health. That is the global warming.
Shiv, what you have to say?
So my friends have correctly explained global warming. Just to add a couple of points, global warming basically is a human expansion of the greenhouse effect. Warming that results when atmosphere traps heat radiating from the earth towards space. Now, why is this happening? Why are we are discussing global warming? We are discussing the effects, the causes. Why is it happening? It is because of the simple habits of us. What do? We drink water in plastic glasses. Right? We use paper for even a small note or writing. We travel in luxury cars. We use bulbs, instead of using your fluorescent lights. We don't recycle things basically. So can we improvise on these things? These all factors actually lead, to global warming.
Shiv, you have raised certain very valid questions. Priyadarshini, can you give any answers or talk about it?
Yeah, I very much agree with Shiv, because the increment in the greenhouse gases, that is liberation of more of methane, as well as the temperature which is trapped just above the earth, like that leads to the warming up of the planet. So when a warming up is there, then leads to the dissolving or going away of the ice bodies. So increment in the sea level, and increment in the sea level bringing about changes in the topography of the earth, which further leads to tsunamis and other climatic calamities. Now, more to contributing to this greenhouse effect is the aircon, the air conditioning, then the glass facades what we have. So that all leads to developing more of temperature. Now, what are the ill effects on the body? Now, the function, there is something called as an ozone layer. So this ozone layer is the one which traps the unnecessary rays which should not be coming to directly to the earth. But because there is depletion of this ozone layer, the rays directly come and people are falling to skin cancers. So even autoimmune diseases like skin cancers are on an increase. So this is something which is a very negative thing which is happening to the human race. Now apart from that, definitely there is a disequilibrium in the climatic structure, increase in the population, but then limitations with the resources, because like we have less of greens, we are cutting trees, we are building up new structures, infrastructure, but all this, I mean, the function of a tree is to take up the carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. But if this process is not happening, there is more of carbon dioxide. So you all must have heard about the carbon footprints, and industry is contributing to this, reducing the carbon footprints, and there is a global movement also towards this. So all in all, global warming is leading us to disaster. I mean, don't know really where we are going to go at some point with so much of heating up.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Govind, what do you think should be done?
I fully agree with Ms. Priyadarshini. She said ozone layer depletion. Basically, on the Earth's surface, there is ionosphere, stratosphere, various layers are there. And sun rays, when they come, there is one ozone layer which filters those ultraviolet rays. It moderates to the extent that it is good for the human life. When we emit carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, and many other gases which is generated by these industries, chemicals, power station, these gases, they break that ozone layer. And over the years, this is measurable, and scientists over all the world, they have been measuring this. So that depletion has become too fast.
My question to you is,
Yes, sir.
actually nation wants to know, since when this started? This problem since how many years the problem is there, and why the government is sleeping?
Yeah, this you must have seen Charlie Chaplin's movie Modern Times.
Yes.
Since when industrialization took place,
Yes.
this was there, but since, because this is some, of course this is unnecessary evil also. Since when industrialization and modernization started, we started cutting trees. We started excavating more and more of special minerals, diesel, coal, magnesium, iron ore, aluminum ore. All these things were required for a developed nation.
Development. Shiv, you tell me what is the answer? What we should do?
Sir, just to add to his point, the biggest crux, is the population explosion. Right? If we can, control population, we will be utilizing lesser resources. Eventually, our requirements will reduce, which will in turn lead to lesser, CO2 emission, and again, better utilization of resources. What the global warming has done to us? Earth's temperature has increased by 0.8.
What do you think? What should be done, Priyadarshini?
Well, the individual contributions at this point, I think, would be more important to save the earth. So use of more of biodegradables as such rather than more of synthetic. Like if you take plastic, the degradation of plastic, it takes ages to go off. And if you burn it and all, it gives bad fumes, so which is very unhealthy. Then judicious use of, nature resources, water, especially water, because that is quite limited, and very rightly said, with the increment in population, the requirements are increasing, infrastructure growth. So the requirements are increasing, but we have limited resources. I mean, a day would come really that, we would not have any farms. We would not have any nature. There would be no flora and fauna. Where are we going to tell our, the next generations that, there existed something? I think they would be seeing the nature more in the museum rather than, really visiting a village or, seeing the nature or a jungle by themselves. So I feel like today, if we take really some drastic steps of educating the children, because I believe the children are the best teachers for their parents. I mean, we had done one study wherein we did a pen friend approach. The child was a messenger to the parents. The schools adopted this, so the child took a message. Mom, don't leave the tap open when you're brushing your teeth. So it's like something when a child teaches, it's quite insulting also for an adult. But at the same time, it tells that, okay, the generation is ready, and the parents, okay, because being a role model, I shouldn't be making any mistake. So I think this type of approach from the school, from the childhood, if we start, and of course definitely adult, be quite mature. It's more as to doing something very actively, very sensibly, and contributing to our survival and our future generations to survive. That's what.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mukesh, what you have to add?
I agree with all our three panelists, which you must have seen today's nature in Bombay, Maharashtra. Whether we are seeing any time temperature is more than 30 degrees. Recently we have seen the temperature above 30, maybe 40, 35, 40 degrees more, which create, you see the earth level and water level, how they are creating. So that's, and it is more affected, which is carbon dioxide, is more affected in the kids. And recently you must have seen in Netherlands, which are the most affected part of this gas. So we have to take all the precaution. As I am going with one of my panelists, we are taking lot of Bisleri waters and throwing on the seas, throwing on the roads. Now these plastic bottles, when we are throwing on the seas, which create more carbon dioxide and earth level and layer of the earth, creating all the problems. That's my thing.
What you have to say?
One last thing, which is very important actually, if we can, I can just summarize things. Please spread awareness. When you have to spread awareness of the dangers of global warming. People should be made aware that in case they don't utilize things properly or they overutilize things, they will be penalized. If we don't use this, I don't think so that we'll be able to give the best to our next generation.
Govind, how do you spread this awareness?
या इसके लिए जानकारी ही बचाव है. बेसिकली इसकी जानकारी होना ही बचाव है. लोगों को लगता है कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग से क्या होने वाला है. आई पुट ए सिंगल इंसिडेंट, छोटा सा. ये अकबर बिरबल वाली स्टोरी है, 2 मिनट की. राजा अकबर ने बताया कि मैं अपने रैयत के लिए इतना करता हूँ, लोगों के लिए तो मेरे लिए कुछ भी करेंगे. तो बिरबल जी ने बताया नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है आप जो सोचते हैं. बोला मैं सोचूंगा कि एक कुआं खाली था सामने, बात कर रहे थे. बोले एक कुआं सुबह भर जाएगा, मैं दूध से भर सकता हूँ. बोला भर के दिखाओ. जो शाम का टाइम था, वो मैसेज गया गांव में कि सब लोग को 1-1 लीटर पानी इस कुएं में डालना है. रात को दूध डालना है, सबको दूध डालना है. ये कुआं दूध से भरना है. और सुबह अकबर जो राजा थे वो तो एकदम कॉन्फिडेंट होकर के मेरे लोगों के लिए इतना करता हूँ, तो सब दूध से तो भर गया वो कुआं. आफ्टर टी व्हेन दे गो देयर, तो पूरा पानी से भरा हुआ था. बेसिकली ये है कि सबने सोचा कि दूध तो सब डालने वाले, मेरा 1 लोटे पानी से क्या होने वाला है. एंड फाइनली जब हम किसी को बोलते हैं भाई ये रेपर मत डालो, आपका प्लास्टिक यहाँ मत डालो, तो लोग बोलते हैं अरे इससे क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है, इतना कचरा तो पड़ा है. दैट माइंडसेट हैव टू चेंज. एंड ये हम ही चेंज कर सकते हैं. हम अपने फैमिली फ्रेंड्स उसमें एक ऐसी चीज इम्बाइब कर सकते हैं कि रिड्यूस, रीयूज एंड रिसाइकल. रिड्यूस, रीयूज द बॉटल्स, रिसाइकल.
मैं इसमें एक पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहूँगा. जैसे बयानी जी ने बोला, आई एग्री विथ जो मोदी जी ने अच्छा अभियान चालू किया था, स्विस अभियान. एक्चुअली वो थोड़ा दिन चला. फिर आज मैं देखता हूँ कि थिंग्स आर अगेन इन द सेम. अगर हम लोग वो दिमाग में बिठाए कि हमारे को ये हमेशा के लिए क्लीनेस रखना है, अपना प्लास्टिक की थैली, प्लास्टिक की बॉटल और जो कचरा है, वी शुड नॉट throwing anywhere on the road or anywhere in the seas or any samundar किधर भी नहीं भेजे. So we should be bring ourselves motto to how to clean our city. That is important for us.
Yes, the problem is very serious, and I think we all have to work together. What do you think? How do you spread this awareness? Why our media? What our media is doing?
I would again give, appreciative sort of congratulations to our media, because on television and newspaper, wherever the media is, in its full form to spread the message, and even the political will, because it's like if we Indians, we go abroad, we definitely, behave according to the etiquettes or the protocol which is there, not to throw things or, not to waste stuff. But when in India, I think the democracy which gives us, the luxury, of course, the luxury of spoiling the nature or spoiling your country's resources, I think there somewhere there should be some restrictions. Even having 3,344 vehicles, I think there should be some limitation to this, or further to having one vehicle, there should be some taxation which should be, applied. For example, like in Singapore, it's very cheap to get a vehicle, but the taxation and all whatever you have to pay to get an over vehicle is quite costly.
Yeah.
So that's something you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with Priyadashini, what she has given example of Singapore. I was in Dubai. Recently, I gone 3-4 times to Dubai. That my gentleman is, what is his name? Neil. I asked him, how you are cleaning your Dubai, you are always there. Are you sure you are there? Huh? How many times? 3-4 times I come. How you are liking? So one of the best. Why? System is good, cleanness is there, and whichever their rules and regulations are perfectly, that's why we want to bring that same thing to our India, to have a same type of trade. So that's why I am requesting everybody to bring ourselves awareness to do all the things. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with you. But it's easy to say that we should all realize. How all will realize? 1.2 billion people. Who is going to tell everybody, please realize?
One thing is media people.
Yes.
The very nice thing is media can now.
So most important, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The most important, if you can ask me, the medium is common people, and word of mouth publicity is the best publicity. If you can publicize the fact, of global warming through common people, I think that's the best medium. And if one can understand, I think he can surely make other 5 people understand this.
I think so. Media is today is very, very good, and all the channels, mostly media are maximum news channels, which they are showing each and every story of whatever happening in India or abroad. So media is perfectly doing their job. There is no second thought on that. But we have to bring in our inside changes to do things. जैसे सर ने बोला, what we can bring the awareness. One man बोलने से कर नहीं होगा. We have to come with together to see what we can do together. That's my things.
Yes.
Last word I would say, yes, human efforts. I believe all people are good human beings and they listen and they do agree. to do good, but somewhere I definitely feel that legal aspect should be added to this. Till you add a legal aspect, a penalization aspect to this, you know, that dawn would not be there for individuals. Still, if you have to pull out 100 rupees for, you know, just honking or spoiling, leaving your tap open, no, I believe the legal aspect will definitely help.
What do you have to say?
I fully agree. It has to be a combined approach. It has to be an integrated approach. One is awareness. Another thing is make it legalized, penalize the people, and make the people aware that how it is going to affect your life, how it is affected.
So shall we invoke the Dubai rules here?
Very much. Certain rules. When people litter here and there, so certain rules have to be invoked, because when request does not give its effect, yes, penalization works.
But whether we can change people's mind, culture, behavior like Dubai people's?
नहीं सर, डंडा चलेगा ना तो बराबर
No,
जहाँ कुछ नहीं चलता है तो डंडा चलाना
see,
पड़ेगा.
he must be knowing when we are crossing the lane or crossing the road, automatically peoples are stopping their vehicle. Let them go.
But that is a culture. That I agree. It has to come slowly.
So see, इधर तो आदमी चलेगा बोलेगा इसके ऊपर लगा दो ना चलेगा चला दो देखेंगे क्योंकि इधर कानून जो है अपना लॉ whichever is our law is easiest law. Today you have seen today's recently take the example of Salman Khan, Jayalalitha's. See, they know how to escape from these things. So others are getting chance to do.
यही माइंडसेट चेंज करना पड़ेगा कि मैं सिग्नल क्रॉस करूंगा, सिग्नल तोड़ूंगा और 100 रुपये में मान जाएगा. ये जब तक चेंज नहीं होगा, ये और हमें ही चेंज करना है.
Now we are on अपने आजादी को कितने साल हो गए सर?
70 or 67 years. Okay.
What you are thinking has changed?
Nothing.
As such, nothing is changed.
So are you thinking another 100 years?
No, but that change has to come from us only. It is we. It's we the people who have to change and who to bring in the change.
We are talking.
Just to add,
yeah.
just to add actually, so
Yes.
just
Yes.
to actually improvise his point, what we can actually do is inculcate this habit in the next generation. Probably make a subject, in their curriculum, so that they are aware, they are made aware at a very early stage, and they don't do mistakes which we have done.
Okay, thank you very much, Priyadarshini. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
It was a very interesting and rewarding. Give them a big hand.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.